Before the curse, before the white wings, before the cries of swans were heard across the winter waters, there was a house of warmth, a house of music, a house where children laughed beneath the old Irish sky. This is where the sorrow began, not in darkness, but in love. This is the House of Lir. In halls of oak where the firelight shone, Lir kept his children close as his own. 4 bright stars in the morning air, with silver laughter and windswept hair. Fionnuala gentle, wise and fair, aid with sunlight everywhere, and twin boys running through field and stream, young Ficra and Con in a golden dream. The hills were green and the rivers wide, the deer moved soft by the mountainside. The harp would wake when the moon was high, and songs rose up to the listening sky. No shadow crossed their father's face when small hands filled the royal place. For love was bread and love was flame, and every child was called by name. Oh, sing for the house where the children played, before the light of the morning frayed, before the lake and the bitter foam, before 4 hearts were far from home. Oh, sing for the days when the world was kind, when sorrow walked far behind, and every laugh in the halls of Lir still echoes softly through the years. There are moments the world remembers, because they were beautiful before they were broken. A father's hand, a sister's song, a brother's laughter, running ahead of grief. And no one, not even the wise, can always hear the first footstep of sorrow. Fionnuala watched where the wild birds flew, with eyes like rain and the morning dew. She held her brothers when storms would rise, and sang them sleep beneath moonlit skies. Aid would race with the hounds at dawn, through meadow grass and the open lawn, while Ficra and Con, with their hands held tight, chased fireflies into the blue-black night. Their father smiled, though his heart had known the ache of loss in a silent groan. For joy returned in the tender ways, like springtime after the darkest days. The kingdom whispered their names in pride, the 4 young lights at their father's side, and all who saw them would softly say, may love protect them, come what may. For the house where the children played, before the light of the morning frayed, before the lake and the bitter foam, before 4 hearts were far from home. Oh, sing for the days when the world was kind, when sorrow walked far behind, and every laugh in the halls of Lir still echoes softly through the years. But beauty is not always safe, and love, when seen through a wounded heart, can look like something stolen. Somewhere nearby, envy opened its eyes, not loudly, not all at once, but softly, like a cold mist touching the edge of morning. The candles burned and the minstrels played, while evening gathered in violet shade. The children danced where the rushes lay, and all seemed blessed at the close of day. Yet far from joy in a watching gaze, a darker ember began to blaze. For where love blooms in a crowded hall, a lonely heart may curse it all. Still Lir knew nothing of shadow near. He kissed each brow and he held them dear. He blessed their dreams as the stars looked down on field and river and sleeping town. And if the wind gave a warning cry, it passed unheard through the rafters high. For peace can feel like a woven thread until one hand pulls it loose instead. Oh, sing for the house where the children stayed before the price of a curse was paid, before the swans and the winter sea, before they lost what they used to be. Oh, sing for the love that was bright and clear, for the father who held them near. And every flame in the halls of Lir still weeps through the silence of the years. Remember them first as children, not as swans, not as sorrow, not as legend. Remember their laughter, their father's arms, the warmth of the fire, the songs in the hall. For every great grief begins with something precious that should never have been lost.
Jealousy is not born with a scream. It begins in silence, in the smile you cannot return, in the laughter that does not include you, in the love given freely to another. And in the House of Lir, where 4 children were cherished, one heart began to darken. Her name was Aoife.
She came in silk to the kingly hall, with a lowered gaze and a noble call, a sister's name and a queenly grace, a careful smile on a careful face. They welcomed her with the harp and flame. They spoke her title, they praised her name. But still she felt, though the feast was wide, an empty chair in her heart inside. The children ran with their arms outspread, with garlands bright on each golden head. They called her softly, they touched her hand like summer rain on a thirsty land. But love they offered could not undo the ache that only a shadow knew. For every kiss their father gave fell like a stone on a hidden grave. Oh, shadow, shadow under the skin, where does the coldness first begin? Is it a whisper? Is it a flame? Is it a wound that forgets its name? Oh, shadow, shadow, bitter and deep, what does the lonely heart choose to keep? And who can stand where the darkness grows before the river of mercy slows? No one saw it clearly, not at first. They saw a woman doing what was expected. They saw her beside the children. They saw her seated near the king. But sorrow can dress itself in fine cloth, and bitterness can bow like grace. Fionnuala sang in the evening light, a song so pure that it softened night. And Aoife listened with lowered eyes, while something twisted beneath disguise. For the girl had beauty, calm and wise, a mother's spirit, a saint so nice. And every note from her gentle tongue made Aoife feel both old and young. Oaths came laughing from field and rain, with muddy feet and a bright refrain. The twins came tumbling through door and stone, and none in the hall was ever alone except the bless and turns abundance to emptiness. Oh shadow, shadow under the skin, where does the coldness first begin? Is it a whisper? Is it a flame? Is it a wound that forgets its name? Oh shadow, shadow, bitter and deep, what does the lonely heart choose to keep? And who can stand where the darkness grows before the river of mercy slows? There is a terrible moment when a person stops asking to be healed and begins asking to be avenged. Not against an enemy, not against a sword, but against happiness itself. And that is when love becomes dangerous. She watched them sleep by the candle's glow, 4 small breaths in a tender row. She might have blessed them, she might have wept, she might have turned from the vow she kept, but pride stood near like a black-winged bird and fed her thoughts with a poisoned word, till every kindness the children gave was buried deep in a jealous grave. By dawn she walked where the pale mists lay and called the children to come away. To ride, she said, where the waters gleam, to laugh by the lake in the morning dream. They trusted her with their open eyes, they knew no danger beneath the skies. And Aoife smiled as the horses stirred, while mercy died without a word. Oh shadow, shadow, cruel and thin, you found the crack and you entered in. You turned a wound into burning blame, you dressed up sorrow and called it shame. Oh shadow, shadow, low and long, you stole the light and you named it wrong. And far away where the dark lake shows, the first cold breath of the curse now blows. No thunder warned them, no raven cried, only the wheels on the road, the hush of the morning, and 4 children following the woman they trusted. And sometimes the darkest road begins with a gentle voice saying, "Come with me."
The lake was called Derravaragh. Its waters held the sky, its reeds bent in the wind, and the morning seemed no different from any other morning. But there are places where the world changes forever, and for the children of Lir, that place was the water's edge. They came where the silver lake lay still, beneath the breath of a lonely hill. The horses stamped on the softened ground, but no bird sang and no leaf made sound. Fionnuala turned with a searching face, as if some grief had touched the place, while Aid and the twins ran laughing near, too young for sorrow, too pure for fear. Aoife stood by the dark lakeside, with a trembling hand and a burning pride. She heard their laughter across the shore, and knew she could turn from the spell no more. The wind grew cold, though the sun was high. A cloud moved black through the open sky, and all the world seemed to hold its breath between old love and a living death. Oh, Derravaragh, remember their cries for bright children beneath grey skies. White wings rising where small hands fell, bound by sorrow, bound by spell. Oh, Derravaragh,
lake still knows and the reeds still mourn. The hour for children were swan born. A curse is more than words. It is a door closing. It is a life divided, before, after. And when Aoife spoke, the air itself seemed to break. Where children had stood, the water trembled. Where laughter had lived, white wings opened. A cry rang out like a wounded bell, as the curse took hold and the bright tears fell. Their arms were gone, their voices changed, their human forms by magic estranged. White feathers shone on the darkening wave, but no gentle beauty could make it brave. For swans they were in the watching light, with human hearts in a body white. Fionnuala lifted her feathered head and spoke with the sorrow of love half dead. "Oh, Aoife, what have your hands begun? What shadow have you brought over sun? We did not wrong you, we gave no pain, yet you have broken what none can regain." And Aoife shook at the words she heard, for the child still spoke through the throat of a bird. "Oh, Derravaragh, remember their cries, for bright children beneath grey skies. White wings rising where small hands fell, bound by sorrow, bound by spell. Oh, Derravaragh, dark and deep, take the tears the heavens keep. For the lake still knows and the reeds still mourn. The hour for children were swan born." But even cruelty could not take everything. They kept their minds, they kept their voices, they kept their love for one another. And Fionnuala, eldest sister, became their shelter upon the water. A girl no longer in body, but still a guardian in soul. She gathered her brothers beneath her wings, as night bent low over ancient things. Oath wept softly beside her breast, while the twin swans trembled and could not rest. She sang them songs from the halls of Lir, though her own heart shook with grief and fear. And over the lake, through the cold and rain, their first swan song rose out of pain. Then Aoife fled from the water's face, from the ruined hush of that cursed place. But every step on the homeward road was heavy beneath an unseen load. For power had answered and power had lied, and left no victory at her side. Only four white forms on a silver wave, and a living guilt no grave could save. Oh, Derravaragh, carry their song to the bitter years, through the ages long. White wings drifting where children cried, with human sorrow locked inside. Oh, Derravaragh, dark and deep, guard the names the waters keep. For the lake still knows and the reeds still mourn. The day for children were swan born. And so the curse began. 300 years upon Lake Derravaragh, 300 years upon the Sea of Moyle, 300 years upon the western waters. And only when the old bells rang from a new faith in Ireland would the children of Lir be freed. But freedom, when it came, would not come gently.
For 300 years, the children remained on Lake Derravaragh. The seasons changed, kings grew old, halls fell silent, names were forgotten. But on the lake, 4 white swans still sang, with human hearts. The first spring came with a trembling green, and flowers bloomed where the grief had been. The lake lay soft in the morning's glow, but the children had nowhere else to go. They watched the deer on the distant hill. They heard the world, yet were not still. For every dawn that touched the foam was one more dawn away from home. Fionnuala sang when the young ones cried, and kept them close to her feathered side. Aid looked far where the smoke trails rose, from the halls where only memory goes. The twins would sleep when the moon was bright, and dream of hands and beds and light, then wake to wings and the water cold, and a sorrow no child should ever hold. 300 years on the silver lake, 300 dawns for each heartache, 300 winters, 300 springs, for lost children on snow-white wings. Oh, sing, sing along where the waters gleam of the life they lost and the love they dream. For the lake remembers soft and clear the swan-born children of Lir. People came to the shore to listen. They heard music so beautiful, it made old men weep and mothers hold their children closer. Some said the birds were blessed, some said they were haunted, but none could truly know the weight of the human heart beneath white feathers. The fishermen lowered their weathered oars when swan song drifted along the shores, and maidens paused with their baskets near to wipe away an unbidden tear. For no heart made by mortal hand could hold such grief across the land, and no one left as they came before when the children sang by the lonely shore. The summer burned and the autumn sighed, the winter locked the lake in ice, yet Fionnuala kept watch by night through silver frost and the pale starlight. She spread her wings when the cold winds came and called each brother by his name. For names were home and names were flame when nothing else of childhood remained. 300 years on the silver lake, 300 dawns for each heartache, 300 winters, 300 springs, for lost children on snow-white wings. Oh, sing, sing low where the waters gleam of the life they lost and the love they dream. For the lake remembers soft and clear the swan-born children of Lir. Time is strange to those who suffer. A single night can last forever. 100 years can pass like mist on the water. The children learned the language of reeds, of moonlight, of rain, but they never stopped longing for their father's voice. Sometimes at dusk when the west was gold, they saw his shape by the shore grow old. Lir would come with a broken cry and lift his hands to the darkening sky. He could not hold them, he could not stay, he could not drive the curse away. So we listened long while his children sang, and grief through all of Ireland rang. Then came the day of the turning tide, when the first part ended and hope had died. The lake that held them in sorrow's keep would lose them now to a crueler deep. Fionnuala looked to the waters wide and gathered her brothers side by side. For the next dark road of the curse must be the storm and rage of the northern sea. 300 years on the silver lake, 300 songs for the hearts that break, 300 winters, 300 springs, for lost children on snow-white wings. Oh, sing farewell where the waters gleam to the shore they love.
for the lake still whispers soft and clear of the swan-born children of Lir. And when the 300 years were ended, the lake did not rejoice. The reeds bent low, the waters darkened, the wind turned north. For Derravaragh had been sorrow, but also shelter. Now the children of Lir would face the Sea of Moyle, where no father could reach them, and no shore would keep them safe.
The Sea of Moyle was not gentle. It was wind and black water, foam and thunder, loneliness without shelter. There the children of Lir were driven apart, beaten by storms and tested by a sorrow even the lake had not known. The north wind rose with an iron cry and tore dark clouds through the wounded sky. The waves climbed high as the night came down, with a voice like kings in a falling crown. 4 white swans on the bitter sea, bound by a curse, yet longing free. They left the lake and the reeds behind, for the salt and the storm and the merciless wind. Aoife called through the crashing foam, "Stay close, my brothers, remember home." But thunder swallowed her trembling plea and scattered their cries across the sea. Oath was driven by waves to the west. The twins were torn from her sheltering breast, and she alone in the black rain cried, with the whole wild ocean at every side. Oh, Moyle, dark Moyle, with your waters wide, where the lost and the lonely are turned by tide. Beat not so hard on their feathered breast, give the children a place to rest. Oh, Moyle, dark Moyle, with your bitter roar, they were only children upon your shore. And every storm that the night winds bring still shakes the heart beneath the wing. There are sorrows that arrive like winter, but there are others that come like the sea, again and again and again. No wall can hold them back, no fire can warm them, no human hand can reach across the waves. At dawn she found them one by one, beneath a sky with no kindly sun. Aoife was silent and cold with spray. The twins were faint from the endless grey. She gathered them close, though her wings were torn, and kissed their heads in the bitter morn. Not with lips as she had before, but with feather and cry on the hostile shore. They clung to rocks when the tempest came. They called to stars by their childhood names. They sang old songs from their father's hall, though the sea tried hard to swallow all. And sometimes over the waves so black, they dreamed that Lir might call them back. But only the gull and the north wind cried, and the moon moved cold on the turning tide. Oh, Moyle, dark Moyle, with your waters wide, where the lost and the lonely are turned by tide. Beat not so hard on the feathered breast, give the children a place to rest. Oh, Moyle, dark Moyle, with your bitter roar, they were only children upon your shore. And every storm that the night winds bring still shakes the heart beneath the wing. Aoife became more than a sister. She became a roof where there was no house, a song where there was no harp, a mothering wing in the place of all lost things.
And though she suffered, she did not let love be drowned. Years on the sea they stayed, where the blue-black depths and the wild foam played. Their feathers weathered, their voices thinned, their hearts grew old in the salt cold wind. Yet still they sang when the night was long, for love survived in the shape of song. And every note that the storm wind stole was carried deep in Ireland's soul. To western waters and lonely foam, still far from peace, still far from home. Oh, Moyle, dark Moyle, let your thunder sleep. You have taken the tears the heavens keep. You have bent their wings, you have tried their song, you have held them cold for ages long. Oh, Moyle, dark Moyle, with your bitter roar, remember the children forevermore. For every storm that the night winds bring still shakes the heart beneath the wing. When they left the Sea of Moyle, they were not the children who had first touched the lake. They had endured what no child should endure. But still they loved, still they sang, still Fionn Uala called them by their names. And sometimes that is how legends survive, not by victory, but by love that refuses to disappear.
The curse had spoken of a sound. Not a sword, not a king, not a spell stronger than Aoife's, but bells. Holy bells ringing across Ireland, calling a changed world into prayer. And when the Children of Lir heard them at last, hope trembled like dawn on the water. They came to the western waters wide, where the red sun sank in the evening tide. 300 years had carved their cry through lake and storm and the open sky. The world had changed while their wings grew worn. New prayers rose up with the bells of morn, and old gods faded through mist and stone, while the Swan still wandered far from home. They heard it first in the hush of day, a sound like light from far away. Not harp, not horn, not battle call, but bells that seemed to forgive it all. Fionn Uala lifted her weary head and thought of words long ago once said, when bells of faith through the land are thrown, the curse shall loosen from feather and bone. Ring, ring, bells over Ireland, carry your mercy over sea and land. Ring for the broken, ring for the lost, ring for the hearts that have paid the cost. Ring, ring through sorrow and foam, call the swan-born children home. For hope may rise where the long years cease, and the bells may open the door to peace. Hope can be frightening when you have suffered too long. The heart learns not to trust it. The soul whispers, do not reach, do not believe, do not let the light hurt you again. But still, the bells rang.
They followed the sound through the morning mist, where the waves by the pale shore softly kissed. And there on the land stood a humble place, with a cross held high in the quiet grace. A holy man heard their sorrowing song, and knew that grief had traveled long. He blessed their names with a trembling hand, and welcomed them unto sacred land. No palace roof and no royal fire, no golden hall and no ancient lyre, only bells in the open air, only kindness and whispered prayer. Yet there they rested, wing by wing, too tired for joy, too moved to sing. For after centuries lost in wild, peace came softly to each cursed child. Ring, ring, bells over island, carry your mercy over sea and land. Ring for the broken, ring for the lost, ring for the hearts that have paid the cost. Ring, ring through sorrow and foam, call the swan-born children home. For hope may rise where the long years cease, and the bells may open the door to peace. But old magic does not always release its captives without a final wound. The children had reached peace, but not childhood. They had reached shelter, but not the years stolen from them. And the curse, nearing its end, began to tremble. They dreamed that night of the halls of Lir, of their father's voice and his falling tear, of summer grass in the candle glow, of a life from long, long ago. Fiannuala saw in the dream soft tide her brothers young at their father's side. But when she woke by the chapel stone, the world felt fragile as breath alone. The bells rang out in the morning clear, and all the air grew thin and near. The white wings shivered, the feathers burned, as if the years themselves had turned. Oath cried out with a human sound, the twins fell still on the holy ground. And Fiannuala knew with a breaking heart the end had come, and the curse would part. Ring, ring, bells over island, carry their sorrow from sea to land. Ring for the children, ring for their pain, ring for the years they cannot regain. Ring, ring through heaven's dome, call the swan-born children home. For hope may rise where the long years cease, but mercy comes with a final peace. The bells had rung, the promise had awakened, the spell was breaking. But the children of Lir were children no longer. Time, kept away from their faces for 900 years, now waited at the shore. And when it touched them, the legend would reach its final song.
There are endings that do not feel like endings. They feel like doors opening after a long winter. They feel like tears that have waited centuries to fall. The children of Lir had reached the end of the curse, but what had been taken from them could not be returned. This is their last song. The morning broke with a silver flame, and the holy bells called each by name. The feathers shook in the trembling light, like stars dissolving from the night. Fiannuala whispered, "Do not fear, my brothers, I am with you here." Then white wings fell where the old stones lay, and the swans they had been passed away. But not as children did they rise, with golden hair and bright young eyes. The time came rushing like winter rain, with all its years and all its pain. Their hands were frail, their faces old, their stolen youth in the sea wind cold. And all who saw them bowed and cried, for beauty had suffered and never died. Oh, sing the last song of the swans, for the night is past and the sorrow gone. Though years were stolen and hearts were torn, love still lived where wings were worn. Oh, sing the last song soft and deep, for the children waking from centuries' sleep, and every bell across Ireland's foam now calls the children of Lir back home. The holy man wept when he saw them, not because they were old, not because they were near death, but because even after all that had happened, they still held one another. The curse had changed their bodies, the years had taken their youth, but love had remained unchanged. Fionnuala held Aoife's weary hand, and the twins leaned close on the quiet land. No lake, no storm, no bitter sea could part the bond of their memory. They asked to lie in the same soft earth, as close in death as they were at birth. For all their wandering, all their pain had only made their love remain. They spoke of Lir and the halls long gone, of the first warm fire and the morning song, of horses waiting by meadow streams, of childhood living now only in dreams. And though no throne and no kingdom stayed, no crown, no feast, no music played, they smiled as bells moved through the air, for peace had finally found them there. Oh, sing the last song of the swans, for the night is past and the sorrow gone. Though years were stolen and hearts were torn, love still lived where wings were worn. Oh, sing the last song soft and deep, for the children waking from centuries' sleep, and every bell across Ireland's foam now calls the children of Lir back home. Some stories end with victory, some end with justice, some end with a kingdom restored, but this story ends with release, with 4 tired souls laying down a burden too heavy for any child. And perhaps somewhere beyond grief, their father was waiting. The wind grew warm though the day was still, and light moved soft on the chapel hill. Fionnuala looked to the open sky, where the white clouds traveled slowly by. I hear the lake, she softly said, and father's voice where the old paths led. I hear the harp in the hall once more, and little feet on the rush-strewn floor. Then one by one, as the bells rang clear, they laid down sorrow, they laid down fear. Out went first with a peaceful sigh the twins, like stars in the morning sky. Fionnuala stayed till the final breath, still guarding them at the edge of death. Then followed softly, free from pain, where no curse could reach their hearts again. Oh, sing the last song of the swans, for the dark is done and the soul moves on. Though years were stolen and bodies worn, love rose bright in the final morn. Oh, sing the last song, frail and far, like a prayer beneath the evening star, and every bell across Ireland's foam still calls the children of Lir back home. So if you hear swans crying over still water, listen closely. You may hear a sister's song
You may hear brothers calling. You may hear the echo of a father's grief. But deeper still, you may hear the truth the old legend carried, that love can outlast exile, outlast sorrow, outlast even a curse, and that some songs, once born from grief, never truly end.
Not all sorrow belongs to the innocent. Some grief is carried by the hand that caused it, by the heart that burned too fiercely, too bitterly, too long. And in the old Irish telling, when the children of Lir were turned to swans, one name remained in the shadow of that grief: Aoife. This is her sorrow. This is her song. I walked once proud through the kingly hall, where the bright fires danced on the ancient wall. I wore fine words and a noble face, but envy moved with a hidden grace. For where they smiled, I felt the cold. Where love was given, my heart grew old. And all the light that should have stayed turned sharp and dark in the shade I made. They were fair as dawn on a summer stream, 4 children wrapped in a gentler dream. Fionnuala with her quiet eyes, and brothers bright beneath soft skies. Their laughter rang where mine had died, and something bitter grew inside, till love itself became a thorn, and mercy in me was torn and worn. Oh, hear the swan song of Aoife cry beneath the cold and the broken sky. For I was the hand and I was the flame that turned sweet love to grief and shame. Oh, hear the swan song low and long, a heart gone dark where it once was strong, and every white wing on the winter sea still beats with the curse that was born in me. Jealousy does not come like thunder. It comes softly, like frost under a door, like smoke beneath a roof beam, like a whisper saying, why not you? Why not your name? Why not your place in the warmth of love? I led them down where the waters lay, under the hush of a silver grey day. They trusted me with their tender hands through the quiet reeds and the darkening land. Then with one word that I cannot unsay, I cast their human lives away, and white wings rose where children had been, with cries that tore the air between. They looked at me with human pain, through feathered breast and falling rain. No sword was drawn, no blood was spilled, yet all the living world stood still. Fionnuala's voice, so soft, so near, still comes to me when night is clear. Not with fury, not with blame, but sorrow deeper than my shame. Oh, hear the swan song of Aoife cry beneath the cold and the broken sky. For I was the hand and I was the flame that turned sweet love to grief and shame. Oh, hear the swan song low and long, a heart gone dark where it once was strong, and every white wing on the winter sea still beats with the curse that was born in me. There are wrongs no spell can soften, no silence can hide them, no passing years can make them small. For once a child has wept because of your cruelty, the world is never innocent again, and neither are you. The kings may fade, the halls may fall, the west wind may outlive them all, but still their voices cross the foam, calling through the years toward home. And I, though time has bent my name, still feel the ember of that flame. No grave can close, no night can keep the grief that wakes when others sleep. If I could gather the winter sea and break the curse that lives in me, I'd trade all power, all rank, all pride, to walk once more at their gentle side. But sorrow laid is sorrow sown, and some seeds bloom in stone alone. So I sing low where no one sees, to the swan white ghosts on the bitter seas. Oh, hear the swan song of Aoife weep, where the lost tides turn and the night falls deep. For I was the wound and I was the thorn that left four bright souls weathered and worn. Oh, hear the swan song, frail and far, like a broken prayer beneath one star. And every white wing through mist and foam still carries the sorrow I can't call home. So if you hear the cry of swans over dark water in winter, do not think only of the innocent. Think too of the heart that failed them, of the jealousy that became a curse, of Aoife, who may have lived long after, but never again in peace.